Do you know what a home inspection is and what it can do for you? Well, I'm sure that we all have some questions, and today we're going to get some answers. Hi, my name is Anna Smith, and I am the broker owner of Bluma Realty. And today I have invited my friend Melissa with SEC Inspections, and she's going to get us all these answers. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
Hi, Anna. I'm very well, thank you.
Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and about your company?
Sure. So my husband and I started SEC Inspection Services over 20 years ago, a little over 20 years ago. So we work together every day, which is exciting. And we have a 19-year-old daughter that just moved away to college. So we're newly empty nesters. So
Nice.
That's what we have going on right now. Yes. What you want to know a little bit else about the company?
Yeah, just tell us a little bit short story about your company.
Yeah, so my husband's been in construction all through college, and I have a background with my family working with projects, and so we started the home inspection company as a way to, we really wanted to help people understand what they're purchasing.
Okay.
And it really wasn't a big thing 20 years ago like it is today. So it's just something that we're very passionate about helping people. So
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now let's start with the most obvious question. What is a home inspection?
Well, it's a really good question because it does get confused between appraisals and all kinds of other things. So, a home inspection is I should know the actual definition, dictionary definition, but basically it's a visual limited inspection on the home and the condition that it is right now.
Okay.
So we can't predict the future, and we can only see what's going on in the home right now, and we can't see behind the walls. So
Okay.
we are limited to everything that we can see, but basically it's we're looking at the roof, the structure, the foundation, the walls, the doors, and everything inside, electrical, plumbing, heating, and air. So it is pretty extensive. We just can't, predict the future. So
Perfect. Now, what properties do you guys inspect? Do you inspect single family homes? Do you inspect condos? What kind of properties do you guys inspect?
Yeah, pretty much everything. So
Okay.
condos, single family home, we do commercial inspections, we do
okay.
multi-family homes. So commercial can be anything from churches to office buildings, medical buildings, industrial. My background as well, I'm a general contractor. My husband is a mold assessor. We don't do that work. We have the background in the licensing, but that allows us to do really any scope. We don't have any limitations on the type of structure or building that we can inspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the main components? You touched a little bit before, but can you tell us what is it exactly that you do inspect? Do you inspect windows and the roof? And tell us more about
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. So, your big ticket items are going to be the roof, plumbing, electrical, and heating and air. Those are the biggest, most expensive items. So definitely we're inspecting those. We are limited on what we can inspect as far as the AC, just because of our licensing. We're not licensed air conditioning contractors, so we can't open up, the whole AC unit and do extensive things like that. But we can test for the temperature differential. Is it cooling properly? When was it last serviced? When was it installed? We're looking at the ductwork to make sure that that's all intact. So those are the big ticket items, but then we're also looking at structure. Being in Florida, there can be minor, little step cracking from settlement, but people are concerned, could that be sinkholes, So we're looking at the exterior structure, the interior, the walls, the doors, the windows. Are they opening properly? Do they have screens? Safety issues. Are there any tripping hazards outside? And then the things like the electric panel, the water heater, plumbing under the sinks. Those are all things that people want to know because those are where leaks occur. Those are where issues occur. Trying to think what else. So, it's basically the structure, foundation, roof, and pretty much everything in between. And, one of the things that a lot of people ask us are you going to test all the appliances? In most cases we can, and we will if we can, but a lot of times they may not be staying with the property. So we're going to inspect it, and then the seller is going to take it anyway. So it's usually not something that should be included.
Okay.
But we will if we're asked to, and if we can, if it's safe.
Okay.
So yeah.
Sounds good. And now, what is it that you guys just do not inspect? Just something.
A little bit about the AC. Like I was saying, it's difficult because we cannot open up the compressor and the air handler. We're limited on what we can see there, but we are testing if it's cooling properly in all the rooms. That's going to tell you a lot. If there's an issue going on with one of the rooms isn't cooling properly, or we can see that the condenser or the air handler are rusted, or there's some other issues, we're going to say, contact an AC contractor for further evaluation, because they're going to be able to put on equipment that we are not allowed to use and we don't have to actually test it properly.
Gotcha.
So there's a little bit of a limitation there. And same thing with electrical. We can look at the electric panel, we can test the outlets, we can see if there's double tap breakers, we can see if there's something not wired properly. But as far as the actual panel, we can take the panel off, but we're still a little bit limited on what we can do compared to what an electrical contractor would do. So,
Gotcha. Tell us, what other inspections do you guys do?
Well, in Florida, there's inspections that a lot of people from out of Florida may not have heard of, or if you're a first-time home buyer, you probably haven't heard of it either. But for insurance companies in Florida, they usually require what's called a 4-point inspection for homes over 30 years old.
Okay.
And we can include that when we do a home inspection, or it can be done separate for people that already own their home. We also do the wind mitigation, which is a huge savings for people because it documents how the home was built, or any updates that have been done as far as roofing or windows or doors. And that allows them to get discounts from their insurance companies. So we do those as well. We do the termite inspection when people are buying the home. And we also, people don't realize that it's separate, but we do inspect pools with a leak detection. Some people think the pool is part of the home, but most companies will ask you if you want that inspected, or they won't inspect the pool. We will inspect the pool, and we also do the leak detection, which is just an extra step because a lot of pools in Florida leak at somewhere. So, and then the other thing that we do mold inspections.
Okay.
So we also will do lab, send them to labs and do the testing part of it, not just the visual inspection part of it. So those are pretty much the main inspections that we would do, other than commercial, residential, that kind of standard inspection.
Yep. Now, can anyone do a home inspection at any time?
Yeah, actually, we have. Let's say it's a property owner, a landlord. They own a property that's for an investment, and they have people that are either moving in or out, or whatever the case may be. They want to know the condition of the property. Definitely, we can do that. We have people that sometimes say, "I'm selling the home." And, when we live in a home, we're a little bit biased. We don't always see everything. And they'll hire us to do an inspection to help them prepare to get it on the market. Maybe make some minor repairs, or figure out what they need to negotiate if they don't have any money to fix the items. So there's inspections all the time. Or somebody might just say, I think I might have some cracking. I want you to come see if it's structural. And then also the insurance inspections. Those can be done anytime, because when you renew your insurance policy, once your home turns 30 years old, or whatever the case may be, you get a new roof, then you might need a new wind mitigation. So,
Gotcha.
So we work with homeowners all the time to do inspections.
All right. Now, what are the most misconceptions of a home inspection?
Some of the things are that we can see behind the walls, or we can predict the future. But sometimes it's the things like the electric or the plumbing, or the roof. We're inspecting it for the condition today.
Okay.
And unfortunately, tomorrow things can be different. So that is a little bit of a misconception. A lot of people think we're going to be able to see, that the AC was going to break a month from now, or something was going to happen, a leak was going to happen a month from now. So that can be frustrating for homeowners. I totally understand it. When they move into a home and now they've got an extra expense that they think could have been detected, sometimes it just can't be detected. It's working today, and it might not work tomorrow. So
But you guys do have that little gun that tells you where it's wet behind the wall and stuff like that, right?
yeah, we do. We have an infrared camera that
Okay.
we use. We also have moisture meters.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely looking for, especially problem areas that we know of,
Mhm.
where plumbing might normally leak. We're looking for that. And if there's staining in the roof or there's anything suspected there, we're definitely going to use the infrared camera. And that really shows you a lot.
So you sort of look behind the walls, but not especially
Yeah,
behind
yeah,
the walls.
we can see some things, but we definitely can't see things like wood rot or termites that are hidden behind the walls.
Uh-huh.
If there's no evidence or no exit holes. So those are the things that are frustrating for everybody.
Mhm.
That we want to be able to see everything, but unfortunately we just can't always. Or somebody has furniture on every wall, up the wall, you can't really see much of the walls, and things might be hidden behind there. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Now, tell us, I know that I've been doing this for a long time. You've been doing this for a much longer time than I have. And you pointed out that it's a really good idea for a homeowner to actually do it before the listing the property. And that's something that I usually recommend. But I know that I have seen some crazy stuff out there. And I'm sure that you have seen more crazy stuff
yes.
out there. Tell us one quick little story about something crazy that you guys have found.
We've seen homeowners do some interesting things,
Yes, they do.
adding on rooms that aren't really rooms, or converting the garage, or wiring electrical that, that's one thing. I'm like, if you're ever gonna hire anything out, make sure it's electrical. Don't mess with that. But also either like we've seen bees behind the walls with just huge
That's
nests.
actually cool.
It's cool, but it can be a little scary for people,
Yeah.
especially if you're allergic. But one of the things we did find one time down on, I think, one of the beaches, there was just a little. I don't know if it was I don't know if it was a turn on or turn off or what it was, but we ended up discovering this huge oil tank under the property that even the current owners didn't know about, because it was just, you could only see a little nozzle sticking up, and then they ended up getting that taken care of. But that was a huge expense, and because it was close to the water, expense that they had to have that removed. So there's things that are hidden like that all the time that may go undetected, but we were lucky enough to see that and discover what it was. But that was pretty interesting too.
That is very interesting.
Yes.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Now you know a little bit more about what a home inspection is, why it's so important, and what it can do for you. So at the end of this video, I'm going to leave all of her contact information, and word of advice, give them a call and get to know your home. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here,
Thank
Melissa.
you, Anna.
It was lovely to have you here.
Yes.
And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.